Hey everybody, it's Uyak here, back another video. I grew up watching anime my whole life. Ever since I was a little toddler, I have been watching anime. My older brothers introduced me to anime and I fell in love with anime and I've been watching it my whole life. And every so often I'll be asked, what is my top 5 favorite anime of all time? Or what do I think is the greatest anime of all time? And I'll list off series like Hunter x Hunter, Made in Abyss, Re:Zero, all of these other great series I think. And then they'll counter with, well, what about a series like Naruto? What about a series like Bleach? What about a series like Dragon Ball Z? And I am left in absolute, utter baffle and astonishment. But before we get into that, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for similar content in the future. Let's get straight into it. All right, so I am left in absolute astonishment when somebody will say, what about Naruto? Isn't Naruto the greatest series of all time? Or Shippuden? Isn't Bleach? Isn't Dragon Ball Z the greatest series of all time? And I just facepalm every single time because it wakes me up to the reality of the anime community. The fans are absolutely delusional. A great example of this is One Piece. I remember in high school there'd be people coming up to me and saying One Piece is the greatest anime of all time, and I just couldn't wrap my head around why they think it was the greatest anime of all time. I can understand if you say One Piece is the greatest manga of all time, but anime is completely different. When we're talking about anime, we're talking about what you see on the screen, how the pacing is of the episodes, how it translates over to entertainment itself. When I'm watching One Piece, the pacing is horribly bad. Okay, each episode is drawn out. These arcs are drawn out. A great example of this is the Doflamingo arc. There's like 200, 300 episodes. It didn't need to be that long. The reason they drew it out is in order to make as much money as possible. In every single One Piece episode, there is a 5-minute recap of the episode before it, like I wasn't binge watching it. At one point, you'd hopefully realize that with over 500, 700 episodes in an anime that people are going to binge watch it. So that means that they probably just watched the last episode. So there's no reason to add a 5-minute recap. The greatest anime of all time has every episode after episode being a complete, utter banger. It is not these series that seemingly spit out an episode just to try to translate the story with no consideration for how it will turn out when someone's actually watching it on their screen. Looking past the older series, although I have a lot to speak about these, I'm not going to go too in depth in this video. If you want me to go in more in depth, leave a comment. But the newer series, okay, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm talking about My Hero Academia, I'm talking about Demon Slayer, I'm talking about Attack on Titan. People will sit there and say these are the greatest series of all time, and all it is recency bias and people having this weird attraction to edgy characters. The best example of this is Jujutsu Kaisen. I remember when this series came out and I watched it without looking up anything about these communities or watching any YouTube videos. And I thoroughly enjoyed the series. I waited for the next episode, but then I looked up Jujutsu Kaisen, just to get into touch a little bit with the community. And oh my goodness, bro, I started seeing this is the best anime. What? Are you out your mind? There's only like 3 or 4 episodes. You're saying this is the best anime of all time? All right. And I'm not going to hold back any punches here. These people are saying it was the best anime of all time because they like wearing their chokers. They like tattoos and such because Itadori and Sukuna and Gojo, these are edgy characters because they're powerful and they have charisma and all this other stuff. And they're edgy. And people think this is what makes the best anime of all time. I mean, people are coming out and literally saying this is the greatest anime of all time because the characters are edgy. That's legitimately the only reason. And the fights are great. Obviously, with the newer series, the fights are going to be better. It's just the way it works with technology. But if we're looking at the story objectively, there's no way you can say this is the greatest anime of all time based on 4 episodes. Okay? These people didn't even read the manga and they're jumping the gun saying this is the best anime of all time. I mean, they're purely delusional. And then we got these big fan bases of cosplayers. And if you want to cosplay, go ahead, but stop sexualizing every character. Okay, when I look up these characters, I want to know more about them. When I search up like Itadoriya, what about him? And Gojo, I'm trying to figure out more about that. I'm not trying to see your fantasies of trying to make them fall in love and such. It's not in my interest. It is absolutely not in my interest, and it just ruins the series because you're putting these images in my head. And the last thing I want to talk about is the worst communities. I'm talking about Reddit. I'm talking about my anime list. I mean, these people have this idea that they were born of God with the best judgment for entertainment. I can recognize the fact that if someone genuinely thinks that Naruto is the best anime of all time, and they give me reasons, or not even give reasons, if they just genuinely feel emotionally or intellectually that Naruto is the best anime of all time, what am I to say that it's not the best anime of all time? It's all up to their opinion, but Reddit in my anime list does not understand this. If you say, for instance, that Sword Art Online is the best anime of all time, you're going to get literal death threats on Reddit, and you're going to get downvoted. You're going to get messages saying you should never reproduce all of this and that. I mean, it's completely, utterly ridiculous. In fact, I even have an anecdotal example here of me posting one of my videos, Anime is Better Than TV Shows, to the anime subreddit. Now, I initially thought that this would be received well because, you know, it's an anime subreddit. There's no way that people would disagree that anime is better than TV shows. Come to my surprise, I look at the post 3 hours later and the top comment reads,
"Aren't anime TV shows?" And before someone says, Crunchyroll is streaming, not TV. Anime is broadcasted on TV in Japan, hence they are TV shows.
Jesus Christ, we have our scholar in residence here. We have the person who before class would end in high school would tell the teacher, hey, weren't you going to hand out homework today? This is that type of guy. I mean, I posted my video saying anime is better than TV shows. It was a great video about why I think anime is better than TV shows. And the only thing he took away from the video was the fact that anime are actually considered TV shows in Japan. And therefore they are TV shows around the whole world. Unfortunately, I don't think this guy lives in America, because here in America, if we had a conversation between our friends like, hey, I just saw this amazing TV show, and our friend says, what amazing TV show? Was it Breaking Bad? Was it Empire? Was it Game of Thrones? And then you reply with, no, it was Naruto. You're going to get hysterically laughed at or corrected on the spot by your friend. Even though anime is considered a TV show, in the technical sense, in America, we do not call it a TV show. You know what we consider TV shows in America? TV shows with live actors or American-based animated TV shows like Family Guy. Unfortunately, this guy has never left his house and communicated with another person, as all Redditors do, so I don't think he picked up on this. There's definitely more I could go into in depth for a series like Naruto and why I think it's overrated, or series like Attack on Titan, breaking it down piece by piece. So if you'd like me to make those videos, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, let me know that you want me to make those type of videos. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for similar content in the future. I will see you in the next video.